It's the Better Living portion of the afternoon. Ed Phillips here with you. I thought we'd delve a bit deeper into our mighty immune system too. We've just come out of what was a horrendous flu season, haven't we? Even though now it's summer, still not a time to skimp out on our immunity boosters. And we thought we'd find out more with nutritionist Sarah Di Lorenzo, who is on the line with us now, and some top tips for strengthening immunity. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Ed.
I want to put on our stethoscopes and our nice white lab coats and do a bit of a whip around and try and explain, I guess, firstly, our mighty immune system and how it works.
Okay, so I want everyone to imagine an army and think about an army with all its various different divisions, right? Mm-hmm. So our immune system is like our own little army. It's our body's Department of Defence. We're the first line to fight harmful invaders, just like the army does. But our divisions in our immune system are things like the lymphatic system, organs, cells, and cytokines. But there's also these specialised cells that I'd like to, draw the listeners' attention to. And we have things like lymphocytes, which they're like the security guards of the body. Yeah. But we also have these amazing cells called macrophages and phagocytes. And I don't know if you ever remember, Ed, if you played Pac-Man did you ever play Pac-Man in the 80s?
Old school.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so now I'm giving away my age as well. But if you remember that yellow head that went around and just ate up all those white dots, that's sort of like what macrophages and phagocytes are. They're these amazing cells that go around our bodies like little Pac-Mans, and they actually ingest infectious microorganisms and foreign particles. And actually, phagocyte is actually a Greek word to eat or to devour. And these amazing part of our immune system, but there's two types of immunity. We have our innate immunity, which is that fast-acting primary defense, immediate, mucus, vomiting, inflammation. But we also have our acquired or adaptive immunity, and I find this fascinating. It's that long-lasting immunity. So it's like the memory. So the body gets infected by a pathogen. The body obviously deals and the immune system deal with that process and that sickness process. But the immune system says to the pathogen, hold on a minute, you're not going to get away with this because I'm actually going to store you into my pathogen database. And when you come back around again to infect me again, you're not going to get me because I'm going to remember you. And that's our acquired immunity. So if you ever think, I've been sick before, I'm not going to get that virus again, or I won't get that sickness again, that is the beauty of the acquired immunity. And I just find it fascinating, as well as another thing is, and it goes to gut health as well, is 70% of the immune system is actually located in the gut, which is really interesting. So, yeah.
That's the army base where they all emanate from. I love this very pleasing metaphor. So tell us about what lowers our immunity. Why is our protective army not always on their game and letting a few of these pathogens in?
Okay, so there's quite a few things. So at the top of my list, the top of my list is definitely stress. So it's just been very well documented that stress affects your immunity. Physical trauma actually results in immune suppression. Another thing is upper respiratory infections are associated with psychological stress. But one main thing about stress and immunity is cortisol. When we are under stress, we secrete cortisol. Cortisol elevation causes macrophage dysfunction. And if you remember about 1 minute ago, I told you that our little Pac-Mans that are our macrophages, we love them. We want to nurture them. We want them to work really hard to fight all of these infectious microorganisms. But when you've got too much cortisol, it's actually causing the dysfunction of the macrophages. So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Now...
And the other things I just wanted to talk about with what lowers your immunity is things like lack of exercise, lack of sleep, diet low in fruit, exposures to things like pollen, smoke, cold weather, excessive alcohol. Alcohol is known to reduce the ability of white blood cells. This is the other one, Ed, and I did talk to you about this with lean muscle mass, but protein's coming up again. Lack of protein weakens your immune system, and also poor gut health and mitochondrial dysfunction. They're all the other factors that will lower our immunity.
All right, fantastic. So why does it seem to be that our army, our little protective army, is not at full speed, at full force in the wintertime when a lot of people are taken down with colds and flus?
Basically, look, it's pretty basic. I mean, the viral cell walls are more stable in the cold, and so viruses actually survive longer in the cold air.
Okay.
That's actually the answer to it. So 25% of our DNA kind of changes seasonally, but it's also it basically comes down to the viral cell wall structure being hardier in the colder air.
Okay. Yeah. We want the best army going around in the world, right? Protecting our body.
Absolutely.
How do we boost our troops looking after us?
Okay, so let's talk about diet. So I'll go through just the basic diet, and then I'm just going to go through some key foods that I really love to tell people about.
Great.
So we've got the antioxidant-rich diet, which of course is that gorgeous rainbow of fruit and vegetables and all those photonutrient, colourful foods. Protein, you need adequate protein is essential for your immune system. Whole food diet, and I always tell people to eat foods in their natural state, especially when dealing with immunity. Fruit and vegetables, go for seasonal in its full form. Again, no juicing, just have this good seasonal piece of fruit, lots of leafy greens, nuts and seeds, omega-3s up, fighting inflammation. Turmeric. I have to sort of stop on turmeric for a second.
Yeah.
Turmeric's like this. If there was an awards ceremony for herbs and spices and vitamins and minerals, turmeric's got the Oscar because everyone has been talking about turmeric in 2017. It is a super spice. Have a bit of that, throw it in a latte, put it through some cottage cheese, threw it over some vegetables, baked vegetables. Turmeric's fantastic. But I've got some better ones than turmeric. And, of course, fish. My star food for supporting your immune system is actually Japanese mushrooms.
Really?
Shiitake, reishi, coriolis, grifola. They are absolutely amazing in enhancing the activity of white blood cells. And we want our white blood cells to be fantastic, right? And then the other one I like to encourage people to have is ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger is actually, we all think of ginger as being anti-kind of nausea, full of antioxidants. Steep it through some tea, throw it through a stir fry, have it fresh. But this is one of my favourite ones as well. I have a love of pomegranates. That's my favourite fruit. And the Egyptians were totally onto it because the Egyptians actually used pomegranate extract to treat infections. So pomegranates basically fight bacteria and viruses. Miso is my other one. I've got a great recipe on my website, SDL Method, about miso fish, but it's just great for gut health. There again goes back in that 70% of the immune system's in the gut. Chicken soup. So people go on and think they should only have chicken soup when they're sick. I give it. My daughters have it probably twice a week. Chicken soup has carnosine in it, and carnosine's an antioxidant. But then again, coming into garlic, we can't forget garlic, who was once the star, once was the Oscar winner before turmeric came in. We can't forget about garlic. Garlic fights bacteria, viruses and fungi, and of course citrus. You've got all your vitamin C, strawberries, oranges, kiwi, mango, all that kind of stuff. But I think my star of all that list is definitely, other than my love of the pomegranate, which I'll be biased about, is definitely Japanese mushrooms.
The shiitake mushrooms and their friends.
Yeah,
and look, the honorary Oscar, like the runners-up prize, which is just some sort of golden scepter, can be the garlic.
Garlic's the runner-up.
Now, that's all diet-based, Sarah. Any other sort of lifestyle changes we can make that would boost our immunity?
Yes, absolutely. So I just say to people things like, you've got to exercise regularly.
Yeah.
Don't over-exercise, of course don't. Find the happy medium. 8 glasses of water a day is essential. Maintaining a healthy weight is really important. I'm not going to expand on all that now because that goes into a whole lot of other biochemistry. But then blood pressure, controlling your blood pressure, minimising alcohol in moderation, getting enough sleep. And another big one is actually wash your hands.
Yes.
But, personal hygiene, just really, take care of your hand washing, good proper hand washing, 30 seconds under the tap with soap. And also get regular checkups. My birthday present to myself annually is I go and get all my blood work done. And I'm always interested to look at my white blood cell count. So, for your birthday present, go down and get all your bloods done. And it's fantastic. Just regular medical screening's great.
A lot of women would go and buy themselves some nice shoes, but you're off to the lab. That's great stuff. Good work.
Yes.
All right. Great tips there, Sarah. If people want to follow that through, sdlmethod.com is your website as well.
Yes.
And until we speak again, may all your macrophages be merry.
Yes, I love that, Ed. I might take that one from you.
You're welcome.
Merry macrophages.
It's my gift to you, probably on your next birthday while you're getting your bloods done.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Ed.
Nice to speak as always. sdlmethod.com is Sarah's website. Check that out for all her great advice and innovative options on keeping your immune system and the rest of yourself incredibly healthy.